Hello, nice to meet you again. I'm Big Bird of LifeTree TV. Today's story is the third topic regarding higher self series, following the second one, the higher self system. Let's get started with today's topic, being oneness with higher self. It's not easy to find people who think that the most influential beings in their lives are in their inside, not their outside. Whenever you feel exhausted and helpless, whenever you are at the crucial crossroads of your life, there exists a being who guides you through subtle feelings or inner voice. Another big I inside me is called the higher self. Among human beings, only about 3% of people have heard about higher self. The higher self is a very rare concept to the ordinary people. The higher self is a term mostly used by people in the spirituality groups. The higher self system applied to human beings on earth is the system that was first introduced to the universe. If there is a person knowing or having listened about the higher self, the person is the one who has ever read the writings of the spirituality groups. If you are a light worker, your original spirit usually stays in the 14th dimension. There were many constraints for the original spirit to guide their avatars living in the material world. The system of higher self is the system designed by the heaven to allow the original spirit to differentiate its energy into higher selves in outnumbered lower dimensions and to let higher selves help its avatar. If your original spirit belongs to the 14th dimension, the spiritual differentiation of your original spirit proceeds as the following way. The original spirit in 14th dimension and the 5th higher self in 13th dimension and the 4th higher self in 11th dimension, the 3rd higher self in 9th dimension and 2nd higher self in 7th dimension, and then the 1st higher self in 5th dimension, and then finally you as the avatar in 4th dimension. The earth is a planet where the material civilization is more advanced than the spiritual civilization. The materialistic times are the age of religions. Human spirituality is in deep sleep and locked in the matrix of darkness. Most humans are locked in the matrix of religions, not knowing the big picture of the grand universe. They have no idea about the higher self. It's not possible to find a person who knows what the higher self system does, why it was introduced, and how it works. It's not easy to meet a person who knows how the higher self is governing its avatar's life. Most people do not know how far the higher self shares the feelings of avatar, nor understand what role and responsibility the higher self has. At every moment, the higher self is the co-planner of your life program, the program executant of your life, the guide and advisor of your life, and the joint participant of your life. The higher self is like your parents who have joint responsibility for your life. The higher self plays the roles of you, your co-worker, your friend, or your lover. Throughout your life, your higher self has shared all the joys and sorrows you have had in the midst of the ups and downs of your life. At turning points of your life and at inflection points of your life, the one who has guided and assisted you while experiencing your life together with you is your higher self. When you were in an accident, but fortunately you weren't seriously injured, when you had mysterious experiences beyond description, and when you were meeting your beloved one, your higher self was by your side. At every moment when you are lazy, you neglect your duties, or you try to deceive yourself, it's your higher self that is always with you, and that waits quietly for you to realize how vain and meaningless such behaviors are. For a spirit soul who is on a long journey for gaining material experiences wearing the human coat, the higher self is an inner navigator showing the spirit soul right path to go, so that the spirit soul does not get lost in numerous wanderings and tough experiences. Without the help of the higher self, we cannot gain enlightenment, nor can we get the awakening of consciousness. To begin spiritual independence and to achieve awareness of consciousness, we must pass through narrow doors requiring us to properly recognize our higher selves, to communicate with our higher selves, and to rearrange intricately intertwined energy relationships between our neighbors and acquaintances. Doors to the heaven are narrow. We cannot enter the narrow door without help of our higher self. The best self-teaching is to go along with the teaching of the higher self on your journey. The other things are unnecessary and superfluous. Meeting your higher self is the first step toward your spiritual independence, escaping from the complex energies around you. The self-teaching series ends with this message, which was written based on the inner voices of the Captain Udeka. Please keep in mind that the being oneness with the higher self is the finishing touch for self-teaching. I am grateful to all of you who are reading this message. Udeka wrote as of October 6, 2015, translated by Big Bird. For more information, you are kindly requested to read the self-teaching series written by the Captain Udeka. This concludes today's story. Thank you for watching LifeTree TV. I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday. Bye.